Recording in progress.
All right, beautiful. Thank you, friends. Welcome. My name is Holly. I use she, her pronouns. This is a yoga and meditation class that I'm calling the Friday 40. We're going to do 20 minutes of gentle floor-based yoga followed by 20 minutes of beginner-friendly meditation. You don't need any prior yoga or meditation experience, and you also don't need any fancy yoga props. All you need is a yoga mat or a carpeted area, either way. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. This is a floor-based class. We're going to be hanging out on the floor. You can sit crisscross applesauce or in Sukhasana easy pose with one foot in front of the other. You could also have your feet in front of you if that feels more comfortable. We're just going to take a moment to rock back and forth, side to side. You can roll your shoulders forward a few times, backward a few times, and then just let your shoulders drop. Sit up nice and tall. Just starting to arrive in our bodies, arrive in your breath, arrive in your yoga practice. If you'd like, you can place one hand over your heart space and one hand over your abdomen. You are welcome to close your eyes, or if closing your eyes is distracting, you can do a soft fuzzy gaze just beyond the tip of your nose. We're just going to start with a few slow breaths. Take an inhale through your nose, feel your chest and abdomen rise. And then exhale through your nose, feel your chest and abdomen fall. As you inhale, feel your ribs expand and the skin across your chest gently stretch. And as you exhale, feel your ribs gently contract and your skin soften. This time, inhale through your nose and notice the temperature of air coming into your nostrils. Exhale through your nose. Notice the temperature of air coming out of your nostrils, maybe a little bit warmer, a reminder that we are very alive, 90-something degrees. Inhale and exhale. As we start to settle into a little bit of breath and stillness, you might notice that certain thoughts are coming up, maybe something on your to-do list, or maybe there's an emotion that's been following you around for today. Whatever is coming up in your mind, you're just going to observe that and then politely set it aside. Give yourself permission just to enjoy some time moving your body, being in your breath. All right, if your eyes are closed, you're going to open your eyes and place your hands on either sides of your hips. So your arms are long, your spine is long. Keep the shoulders out of the ears. We're going to start by moving our neck spine. Take an inhale through your nose, stretch the crown of your head up. And on your exhale breath, bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, stretching the left side neck. And it's worth noting that I'm not mirroring you, so it might look like I'm moving my head to the left when in fact I'm moving my head to the right. You are welcome to follow my words or my body movement. Either way, just know that I will do the right side of postures first, unless I forget, which occasionally happens. Slowly roll your head down, chin to chest, let your head hang heavy. And now roll your left ear towards left shoulder, stretching the right side neck. Notice if you're leaning to the left. Evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones, so it's just your neck spine moving at the beginning of class. Good. As you're ready, roll your head down, chin to chest, look down the center line of your body. And then lift your nose and chin, look up towards the ceiling. Maybe even to the wall behind you, let your head fall back, never forcing the body, just getting some range of motion in the cervical spine at the beginning of class. Good. Slowly bring your head back to center, looking straight ahead. On the breath in, stretch up. And on the breath out, look over your right shoulder. Bring your chin over your shoulder. So the spine moves in 6 different directions, right, left, backward, forward, twisting to each side. And we will do all of those multiple times, even in a 20-minute yoga class. Good. Slowly come back to center. We'll do the other side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, twist, bringing chin over shoulder. Look for the left wall or even the wall behind you. Where your eyes go, body will know to follow. Look back. Good, and slowly come back to center. Bend your left leg if it's not already. Kick your right leg out. Your legs can be as wide apart as you'd like. The more you kick the right leg out, the more you'll feel an inner thigh stretch. Good. Take your right hand outside of your right thigh, flex your right toes back towards your face slightly, and reach your left arm long overhead for a side body stretch. Beautiful. Lengthen through the arm and then drop the shoulder. Think about rolling the left rib cage back a little bit so the good shoulders stack one on top of the other. Option to stay here or take your right forearm down to right thigh to come down a little bit deeper. Keep the left knee and left hip down. Option to stay here or bend your left elbow and pat yourself on the back for practicing yoga today. Good. Opening through the shoulder and left rib cage. Breathe. Good. Slowly come up to center. Straighten your left arm. Take your left hand outside of left hip. Bend the right knee in. Kick the left leg out. Gently flex your left toes back just a little bit. Gentle activation through the foot. Keep left hand outside of left thigh and reach your right arm long overhead. Roll the right rib cage back. Lengthen through the arm, drop the shoulder. You might notice that this side feels different from the other side. It does for me. We are not symmetrical, and that's okay. One side of a posture can feel different. Option to stay here or take left forearm down to left thigh. Try to keep the right hip down. Option to stay here or bend your right elbow. Pat yourself on the back for something else that you're proud of this week, giving yourself a moment for some self-affirmation. Good. Slowly lift yourself up to center, lengthen your right arm up towards the ceiling, and then place your right hand back down on the floor. Keep your left leg long, kick your right leg out, can point your toes, and then flex your toes. Stick your butt out a little bit. The wider you open the legs, the more you'll feel an inner thigh stretch. Take an inhale through your nose, stretch your arms up overhead, lengthening through the side body. Palms face forward, exhale through your nose, place your hands on the floor in front of you. Roll the shoulders back and down, lift your chin and chest. Good. Inhale, lengthen the spine, so keep a nice flat back. Exhale, come down, folding a little bit deeper. Beautiful. Walk your hands back in, coming up to a spine neutral position. Place your hands on either sides of your hips and slide your feet together. Again, you can point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes gently flexed back. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, once again stretching the side body. Palms face forward, exhale. Hands to floor in front of you. Roll the shoulders back and down. Look forward. Good. Now stretching the backs of the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, come down just a little bit, deepening the stretch. Beautiful. Walk your hands back in. Come back to center. We're going to come onto our knees in a tabletop position. So take a moment here. You want your knees under your hips and your wrists underneath your shoulders. And if you have tight knees, a little trick, you are welcome to roll up your mat so there's some extra padding underneath your knees. Spread your fingers wide, root down through your knuckles so that you're not placing all of your body weight on your wrists. We're gonna cat-cow here. Take an inhale through your nose. And on the exhale through your nose, round your spine like a cat, meow, drop your head. Keep the shoulders out of the ears, root down through the knuckles. Press your hips to your ribs, ribs to your hips, belly button to spine, engage the abdominal wall. On your next inhale through the nose, drop your abdomen down, stick your butt up, look up towards the ceiling, roll the shoulders back and down. This is cow pose. On your next exhale through the nose, pull the abdomen in, round the spine again, chin to chest. Keep your shoulders out of your ears, jaw relaxed. Spread your fingers wide, breathe. Inhale through the nose, move your tailbone up, abdomen down, shine your heart space forward, squeeze shoulder blade scapula together as you lift your nose and chin. Last round, exhale through the nose into your cat pose. This is extension to the spine, compression to the abdominal wall, slide shoulder blade scapula apart. And when you're ready, inhale into your cow pose, extension to the front of the body, compression to the spine, squeeze shoulder blade scapula together. Exhale into a neutral spine position. Keep the shoulders out of the ears. We're gonna do a little bit more spine twisting, chest, shoulder opening. Keep your left hand on the floor. Take an inhale through your nose, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, look up for your right thumb. Slowly exhale through your nose, place your right hand back down on the floor. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach your right arm up, look up. Exhale through your nose, place your right hand down on the floor. Great. Inhale, reach the right arm up, look up. This time as you exhale, we're gonna thread the needle. Take your right arm underneath your left arm, palm faces up, right shoulder, right ear, come to the floor, keep your hips over your knees. Option to stay here with your left hand on the floor for support, or you can take a half bind, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, and then drape your hand behind you, catch your left thigh with your right hand. This is called threading the needle. It's a great shoulder opener and chest opener, but it's not everybody's cup of tea. So if thread the needle is not working for you today, come on up. You're gonna sit either on your heels if you can, so you can stretch out the ankles, or you can sit on your butt. And for a different shoulder stretch, you're just gonna take your right arm out to the right, swipe across your body, bend your left arm up, forearm to forearm, and pull back. You get the same shoulder stretch without putting weight on the shoulder. If you are in thread the needle and your left arm is draped behind you in the bind, you're gonna start by reaching your left arm back up to the ceiling and then placing your left hand on the floor close to your face, push palm down. Everybody together, unthread the needle, inhale, reach your right arm up, look up. Exhale, slowly right hand down to the floor. Let's do the other side. Inhale, reach your left arm up, look up. Exhale, place left hand down on the floor. Breathe in through the nose, reach your left arm up, right shoulder forward, left rib cage back. Slowly exhale through the nose, left hand back down to the floor. Inhale, reach left arm up, connecting to the breath. Exhale, thread the needle, take your left arm underneath your right arm, left ear, left shoulder to floor, hips over knees. Option to keep your right hand on the floor or reach it up and then reach behind you, eventually catch your left thigh with your right hand for the half bind. Breathe through the nose. Keep your feet on the floor. If your right hand is draped behind you in a bind, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Place your right hand back on the floor close to your face. Everybody together, unthread the needle. Inhale, reach your left arm up, look up. Exhale, place your left hand down on the floor. Great. Look at your legs, identify which leg is left, which leg is right. Take your right foot in between your hands and start to slide your left knee back for a runner's lunge. We're stretching through the left hip. Option to keep your hands on the floor. You can also tint your fingers, or you can actively press your right foot into the floor, lift your hands off the floor, and maybe even place your hands on your lower back. Looking up, do a little back bend here. Really root down through the front foot, working on a little bit of balance. From here, place your hands back on the floor on either sides of your hips, and we're gonna go into a half split. Lift your hips up, sink your hips back towards your back heel to straighten the front leg, flex your right toes back. If you've ever wanted to try the splits one day, this is where we start. It's called the half split, just working out this front calf, Achilles, and hamstring. Good, move your hips back to a neutral position, right foot on the floor. Slide your left knee forward, knee under hip, and then take the right knee back into our tabletop position. Let's do the other side. Put your left foot in between your hands. I know this part always feels a little bit like twister. Slide your right knee back, stretching through the right hip. And again, you're welcome to roll up your mat so there's extra padding under the right knee. Option to keep your hands on the floor, tint the fingers, or really press down through your front foot, lift up. Maybe even place hands on lower back, roll the shoulders back and down, look up and back, breathe. Good. Place your hands back down to the floor on either sides of your left foot. Slowly lift your hips up, sink them down, straighten the front leg, flex the left toes back. Keep the shoulders out of the ears, neck long. Actively flex your left toes back towards your face. Good. Bring your hips back to a neutral position, left foot on the floor. Slide your right knee forward so your knee is underneath your hip. And then bring your left knee back down. We're gonna take a child's pose here, a wide-legged child's pose. Bring your feet together, slide your knees a little bit further apart, sink your hips down towards your heels, reach your arms forward, palms to the floor, getting a nice stretch here through the neck, spine, shoulders, upper, middle, lower back, as well as the hips and inner thighs. Inhale, feel the backs of your ribs expand. You're stretching the back through your breath. Exhale, feel your ribs slowly close, realigning the spine. Good, look forward, walk your hands in underneath you, coming up, sitting back on your heels if you can. At first, right, the hips are off the heels, that's really normal. Eventually the hips are gonna come down. If you have your mat folded in any way, like mine is, you're gonna lengthen your mat again and then come lie on your abdomen. Great, we're gonna do just a couple back bends here, starting with a gentle Cobra Pose. So hands on the floor below your shoulders, feet about hip width distance, press your feet and hands down. Press the feet and hands down and lift your chin and chest. Nice little back bend here. Roll the shoulders back and down, stretch your elbows to your hips, keep your feet on the floor. Good, slowly lower down. This time, take your arms out, bend them cactus like goalposts, so arms at 90-degree angles. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, Look up, lift your thighs and chest off the floor. Keep the elbows bent, shoulders out of the ears, neck long. Good. Slowly lower back down. This time you're going to bring your arms forward. I'm running into my couch a little bit. You're going to bring your arms forward, palms facing each other, thumbs towards the ceiling. Keep your feet hip width distance. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, lift your thighs and chest. Look up. It's our little Superman pose. Good. Slowly lower down. This time take your arms out perpendicular to the body like an airplane. Keep your feet hip width distance. Point your toes, look up and lift. Spread your fingers wide, drop the shoulders down, keep your chest proud. Good. Slowly lower down. This take your arms down by your side, palms facing each other, pinkies towards the ceiling. Point your toes, look up and lift. Squeeze shoulder blades, scapula together like you have a number 2 pencil in between your shoulder blades and you want to keep it there. Good. Slowly, carefully lower down. Place your hands on the floor. Press yourself up. You can go back into a child's pose for a moment if you'd like. Sink the hips down. Reach the arms forward. And then look forward, walk your hands in underneath you, turn and lie on your back. Good. Take a moment here in a Savasana. Arms and legs long, head on the floor. Bend your legs so that your ankles are underneath your knees. Rotate your arms so your palms face down. Lift your hips slightly and bring your hands underneath your butt so palms face down. Press your shoulders and heels down. Squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up for bridge. Keep your head on the floor. Rather than opening the ribs, try to knit your ribs together as you press your hips up. Chin slightly to chest, head on the floor. Good. Slowly lower down. Keep your left foot on the floor. Lift your right foot off the floor, cross your right ankle over left thigh. This is called supine figure 4. If you look down the center line of your body, your legs make a 4 shape. Option to keep your left foot on the floor or lift your left foot off the floor. Interlace your 10 fingers behind your left thigh and pull down. This is a great side seat stretch, nice hip opener. And if you've ever dealt with sciatic nerve pain, this posture, supine figure 4, is really good for stretching out and soothing the sciatic nerve. Release any grip you have from the backs of your legs. Bring your left foot down to the floor. Uncross your foot, right foot down to the floor. Bring your hands underneath you again, palms face down. Press down through your shoulders, hands and heels. Squeeze your butt, lift your hips up, back into the bridge. Keep your head on the floor, chin slightly to chest so your neck is long. Good. Slowly lower down. Other side, supine figure 4. Keep your right foot on the floor. Lift your left foot off the floor. Cross your left ankle shin over your right thigh. Option to stay here or lift your right foot off the floor, hug your thighs in towards your body, and interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. Pull down. Good. Release that grip. Lower your right foot down, left foot down. Bring your arms underneath your body again. Press your palms together. This is our last bridge. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips, chin to chest. Press down through the shoulders, knit the ribs together. Lift your hips a little higher. And slowly lower down. Happy baby. Lift both feet off the floor, flex your toes back, keep the knees bent, open your legs wide. See if you can grab the outsides of your feet with your hands. You can also grab the backs of your knees or thighs. Keep the toes flexed back, and from here we're gonna roll right and left, back and forth, moving the spine. And then hold in the center. Think about bringing your knees closer to the floor on either sides of your ribs. You're really opening through the hips and knees. Good. If you have a grip on your feet, release that grip. Place your hands outside of your knees and bring your knees, thighs together. Relax your feet, grab your shins and squeeze your knees together and down, thighs towards your abdomen. And once again, you can rock right and left, rolling out the back. Good. From here, take your arms out to the side, palms face up, and start to roll to the right so that your left hip stacks on top of right hip. Keep your left shoulder on the floor. Take a breath. Good. Roll your hips back to center. Other side, roll to the left. Right hip stacks on top of left hip. Try to keep the right shoulder on the floor. Just a nice little spine twist, abdominal wall twist at the end of our yoga session. Good for digestion, good for spine health. Good. Slowly roll your hips back to center. Take a moment and ball yourself up. You can lift your head off the floor, give yourself a big hug, contract every muscle in the body. You can even make a funny face, squeeze tight, inhale through your nose. And then when you're ready, open your mouth, release the grip on your legs, bring your arms and legs down, Savasana. So this is our final yoga posture. Take a moment here, lying on your back, arms and legs down. Let your feet, hands, and head be heavy. Take an inhale through your nose, feel your body rise with the breath. And exhale through your nose. Give your body permission to fall with the breath. Breathe in and breathe out. We're now going to transition into a time of meditation. There's no prior yoga or meditation experience necessary. Anyone is welcome. You are welcome to stay in Savasana for your meditation, or if you'd like, you can slowly make your way into a comfortable seated position. And as we're getting situated, I'm going to grab a candle because I forgot to do that and explain a little bit about what meditation is and it's not. Okay, so sometimes people think of meditation as an absence of thought. I would describe it as compassionate mind control. So a lot of times during the day, we'll be doing something, whether it's work or trying to read a book, and at some point our mind just kind of wanders and eventually we realize, oop, I'm no longer focused on the task at hand. And often when we notice that, we'll be kind of mean to ourselves or get down on ourselves. Meditation offers us an opportunity to observe our thought patterns. And whenever we notice that our mind really has started to wander, you're going to compassionately bring yourself back into your breath, back into my words, back into the present moment. One thing that helps me whenever I notice my mind wandering, I will just gently tell myself thinking or feeling, and then come back into the breath. There's no such thing as a good meditator or a bad meditator. There's simply people who meditate and people who don't. So for the sake of today, you're meditating, good for you. And just like anything else in life, this is a practice, right? So especially if you're new to this, be extra gentle and compassionate with yourself. We are certainly cultivating compassion, loving kindness towards ourselves and others. Okay, I'm now going to light a candle as a symbolic gesture that we are entering into an intentional space. Being intentional with our breath, intentional with our body movements, intentional with our thoughts. The same way that your mind will inevitably wander in a meditation class, your body might also fidget. And whenever you notice that your body's moving around a lot, you can just gently return yourself to some stillness. Of course, if your foot falls asleep, you're welcome to shift how you're sitting or lying, but otherwise try to find a little bit of stillness and a little bit of breath. You're welcome to close your eyes, or if closing your eyes is distracting or scary, you can do a soft fuzzy gaze just beyond the tip of your nose. Take an inhale through your nose, and an exhale through your nose. Breathe in and breathe out. So we're just starting to observe our thoughts and our feelings. We're just going to take 1 minute here just to be still and breathe. For many of us, this might have been the first minute that we spent in intentional stillness and silence throughout our whole day. And particularly in a culture that values going at all times, stopping can be almost alarming or jarring, or it's easy to feel like this is not my thing or I'm not good at this. Again, there's no such thing as a good meditator or a bad meditator, simply people who've made the choice just for today to intentionally carve out time to sit with yourself. A friend once described this stillness and breath a little bit like, backing up your computer, downloading files, uploading files, whatever it is we do now. And that, if you back up your computer or you upload your files every day, it doesn't take long. But if you only do it like once a week or once a month or once a year, it can take a little bit of time. And same thing, if you're not used to sitting still and breathing, it can take some time just for the mind and the heart to settle, and that's okay. That's a beautiful place to be. Our thoughts are like clouds. Sometimes they pass quickly. Sometimes they linger all day. Sometimes they're white and fluffy. We even try to make shapes or meaning out of them. Sometimes they're gray and stormy. It's important to remember that you are not the clouds. You are the sky. And so through a mindfulness practice, we're starting to observe our thoughts, observe emotions as they come up. We're starting to notice any patterns in our thoughts or feelings. We're not ignoring them, but we're also not attaching to them. We're just letting them pass like clouds in a sky. Sometimes, particularly when an unpleasant thought or emotion comes up, we can be tempted either to ignore it and pretend like it doesn't exist, or really attach to it. So an example would be, rather than saying, I feel sad, to start to say, I am sad, as if this is part of our identity. Or, I don't feel sad, I don't know what you're talking about. Meditation offers us a third option in which we can acknowledge what's passing through us without attaching, remembering that we are so much more than our thoughts and feelings. We'll take another minute here just to be still and breathe. Observe if there's a certain thought or feeling that keeps coming into your body. Could be a feeling of this is boring, or I'm not good at this. It could be a thought about, something on your to-do list that you're just having trouble setting aside. Just observe whatever it is that might be coming up for you. And remember that you're so much more than that, and that this is your time to let that go. Not pretending it doesn't exist, not attaching to it, just observing it and then letting it pass. Give yourself permission to be here in this breath and in this moment. And start to relax the body a little bit deeper. Draw your attention to your left big toe as if nothing else in the world exists. Which of course is a little bit silly. It's this idea of compassionate mind control, learning to control our thoughts so that our thoughts do not control us. So in that spirit, bring your full self to your left big toe and relax your left big toe. Now bring your full awareness to your left second toe, as if nothing else in the world exists. And relax your left second toe. Breathe into left middle toe. Soften fourth toe. Release any tension from left little toe. Now bring your full self to your right big toe. Relax your right big toe. Breathe into right second toe. Relax right middle toe. Fourth toe. Pinky toe. Relax through your toes, the tops of your feet, arches of your feet, heels and ankles. Let your feet be heavy. Soften through your calves and shins, kneecaps and backs of the knees. Relax your hamstrings and quadriceps, outer thighs and inner thighs. Relax your hips, your seat, and your pelvic floor. Soften through your lower abdomen. If you're sitting up like I am, of course, there's some engagement to the core, but relax where you're able to. You might also notice if you can picture a Buddha in your mind, they're often sitting up but a little bit hunched forward, and this is true with meditation in general. Even if we're sitting up, your body might start to relax a little bit more hunching forward, and that's okay. Soften through the abdomen, your ribs and your chest. Relax your side torso. Relax through the lower back, middle back, upper back, and the space underneath your shoulder blades. Drop your shoulders. Give your shoulders permission to relax. Soften through your armpits and upper arms, elbows and inner elbows. Release any tension from the forearms and wrists. It's funny where we carry tension. Let your hands' palms be heavy. Bring your full self to your right thumb and relax your right thumb. Now bring your full awareness to your right second finger, as if nothing else in the world exists, and relax your right second finger. Middle finger, fourth finger. Breathe into right pinky finger. Now bring your full awareness to your left thumb and relax your left thumb. Left second finger, middle finger, breathe into left fourth finger, tell your left pinky finger that it's okay to relax. Soften through your hands, your arms. Bring your awareness to your throat and neck spine and relax the throat and neck spine. Soften through the nape of the neck, back of the head, crown of the head. Relax your hairline, each and every hair follicle. Relax your forehead. Soften your brows. Let your eyes be heavy in their sockets. Relax through the temples and the space between your brows. Eyelids and under eye area, each and every eyelash. Relax through the bridge of your nose and nostrils, cheeks, outer ears, inner ears, space behind the ears. Let your earlobes be heavy. Soften the space between your nose and your upper lip. Relax upper lip and bottom lip, tongue and back of the tongue, roof of the mouth, gums, each and every tooth. Relax your chin. Relax your jaw. Relax your jaw. Relax your jaw. You can scan your body for any lingering tension. See if you can just slowly release that tension through the exhale breath. If there's an area in your body that you can't let go of, just imagine what it will feel like when it does finally release. Sometimes we hold on to things and we're not quite ready to let them go, or they're not ready to let go, and that's okay. It could be in the body, it could be in the mind or the heart or the spirit, but we can still just imagine what it'll feel like one day to let go of that tension or that tightness. So that the body, the spirit become a little bit lighter, a little bit heavier all at once. We'll take another minute in stillness. Take a slow inhale through your nose, feel your ribs expand. Slow exhale through your nose, feel your ribs contract. Inhale, body rise. Exhale, body fall. There are many different types of meditation, the same way that there are many different types of yoga. Today we focused on some yogic movement fundamentals, and with meditation we just relaxed the body a little bit more and just practiced incremental stillness and breath. I'll offer different types of meditation every week, but for now, just a space to explore a little bit more relaxation in body and mind. You're welcome to stay in this meditative space for as long as you'd like. You can even take a nap if that feels good. Otherwise, I'll count us down from 3, at which point you are welcome to open your eyes or make any other movements with your body that tell your body that you're shifting consciousness. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose for 3, 2, 1. I'm now going to blow out this candle as a symbolic gesture that our meditation space is ending. And I am letting the very real smoke clear the air as a reminder that when we take time to sit with ourselves, we literally change our interaction with the space around us. Thank you for joining. It's lovely to be here with all of you. Hope to practice with you soon. Bye, friends.